The episode begins with the village rapidly evolving, and we see the three brothers admiring the silk clothes, amazed at how fine the fabric is. Suna explains that the fabric is magical and offers protection. Just then, Rambo and Sion arrive, impressed that Suna has learned to make such fine clothes so quickly. Suna looks at Xian and smiles, which makes Suran a bit annoyed. Suna assures everyone that soon they'll be making even better clothes, as fashion will bring more visitors. While talking, Suna asks how things are going with the secretary job, and it's revealed that Suran has made her his assistant. Xian gets slightly defensive, saying being a secretary means managing everything, not just one part. Meanwhile, a tension brews between the brothers, and their rallying gets too intense. Suna then asks Ranga who he prefers, her or Yoe, but he delays the answer. Suran takes Rina away, and we cut to a dining table where Great has cooked food. Everyone is suspicious and refuses to eat, sensing something is off. The food looks poisonous, and Great is hurt they won't try it. Gupta appears and eats it, causing a major scene as his body reacts. It's revealed he's developed poison resistance. Later, Gabiru shows off his strength, trying to assert dominance, which annoys Xian. Gabiru boasts a lot, believing he's powerful. Meanwhile, a large number of monsters, 200,000, are approaching. It's suspected a demon lord may be behind this. Suddenly, a dryad named Trainee appears, requesting Rimuru to defeat a threat, ending the episode. The episode begins with Trainee, the dryad, requesting Rimuru's help to defeat the Orc Lord. Rimuru questions her sudden request, saying it's suspicious since they just met, but Trainee insists that the more powerful spirits who could help are no longer around. She says the Orc Lord is real, despite being considered mythical. Kaijin and Rigurd believe her since she's a dryad. Rimuru agrees to help, but says he must first consult his people. At the meeting, Suna recalls visiting the village where no bodies were found, just a completely empty base. Benimaru notes the strange disappearance. Trainee explains the Orc Lord's ability, Starved, which causes his army to devour everything, gaining strength like Rimuru's predator skill. Benimaru suggests asking the Great Sage again. Trainee confirms that Orc Lords are protected by powerful beings and that they need to defeat him soon. Xian declares they'll win, and Rimuru agrees to fight. Rimuru wants to talk to the Lizardmen, but knows their chief won't listen. Soe volunteers to go negotiate. Meanwhile, Gabiru wakes up after being defeated by Gobta and learns Gobta is a village chief. Gabiru is tricked by Laplace, an envoy from Clayman, who manipulates him into challenging his father. Back in the Lizardman Kingdom, their army is preparing for war. Soe arrives with a message of alliance. The Lizardman chief is shocked upon hearing Rimuru Tempest's name. Gabiru's arrogance leads to conflict. Later, the king is imprisoned by his own advisor, who claims control. Gabiru is celebrated as a hero, unaware of the coming danger. The Orc Lord's army is on the move, and Rimuru prepares for battle. The episode ends here. The episode begins with Rimuru and his team heading out to meet the Lizardmen to form an alliance. Alongside him are Xian, Benimaru, and Hakaru, while Soe scouts the area for danger, using goblins led by Gobta for support. Rimuru leaves Rigur and others behind to protect the village. Soe notices a weakened Lizardman being attacked by orcs and informs Rimuru, who tells him to assist. Soe accepts, saying it's like a game for him. The team moves towards Soe's location and finds him already victorious. Rimuru heals the wounded Lizardman using a special potion, and she is shocked by its effectiveness. She introduces herself as the Lizardman King's daughter and apologizes for initiating battle. She reveals that her father was captured by Gabiru, who now rules. Rimuru assures her of help and appoints her as their representative. They form an alliance, and she requests they rescue the king. Meanwhile, the Lizardmen face brutal orc attacks. Their numbers are overwhelming, and their power appears unnatural. Gabiru challenges one of the orc generals but is overpowered. Suddenly, Trainee, the dryad, appears before Laplace and Gelmud, demanding they leave the forest. She attacks, injuring Laplace, who escapes. The scene shifts to Gabiru struggling in a one-on-one fight until Gobta and Ranga intervene, revealing their strength. The tides turn as Benimaru and others join the battle. Soi captures the Orc Lord's minions using his threads. The episode ends with Rimuru observing the fight's progress and Demon Lord Clayman monitoring events, while Laplace locates the masked individual, proclaimed to be the true mastermind. The episode begins with a powerful impact from the sky as something crashes to the ground, creating a massive explosion. Smoke rises and the scene reveals an enraged Gelmud yelling that his plans have been ruined. Gabble is shocked to see him, thinking he came to help, but Gelmud insults everyone, declaring them worthless and only good as food. Just then, another figure arrives, an unknown but ominous presence, and confirms they were discussing demon lords. The figure reveals a sinister plan to turn them into demon lords by feeding them humans. Rimuru steps in, furious at the betrayal, and protects Gabil, ordering his team to assist. Gabil feels deceived and broken. As Gelmud prepares to kill Gabil, Benimaru intervenes. Rimuru gives Gabil healing potions and binds Gelmud with his threads. Shocked by how easily Rimuru defeats Gelmud, everyone realizes how powerful he truly is. Then, Clayman's puppet, Orc Disaster, absorbs Gelmud's body and gains terrifying strength. Great Sage confirms the Demon Lord evolution process has begun. Orc Disaster becomes massive and threatening. Shion and others attack but struggle. Hakuru slashes, and Soi traps him, while Benimaru lands powerful blows. Ranga unleashes Black Lightning, weakening him. A soldier sacrifices himself to be eaten by Orc Disaster, helping it regenerate. As Rimuru prepares to fight, he activates Auto Battle Mode. With insane speed and black flames, he disables Orc Disaster's regeneration. In a final devastating move, Rimuru absorbs Orc Disaster using Predator. In a flashback, we learn Orc Disaster once fed starving villagers with his regenerating body, tricked by Gelmud. Rimuru honors his wish, and the episode ends with peace restored and the orcs pledging loyalty to Rimuru. The episode begins with Rimuru announcing that all the various races have gathered to decide the fate of the orcs. Though Rimuru admits he's not in the mood for punishment, others feel justice is necessary. The Lizardman King questions Rimuru's intention, to which Rimuru responds that he wants to take responsibility for the orcs. This surprises many, but Rimuru explains he spoke to the Orc Lord before his death, and the orcs were only victims manipulated by others. Benimaru admits the orcs destroyed his village but agrees their actions weren't entirely malicious. Rimuru proposes giving them a second chance by using their strength for rebuilding the nation. The orcs will help with labor, and in exchange, the goblins will give them land. The leaders agree, and a new alliance is formed. Trainee names this alliance as the Jura Tempest Federation. As celebrations begin, an angry orc lashes out, feeling unworthy of forgiveness, but Benimaru calms him. Gobta and Sui are assigned as intelligence and military leaders, and Rimuru promises to protect them all. Later, Rimuru names the orc leader, Geld, evolving him into a high orc king. Naming all 150,000 orcs takes 10 days, exhausting Rimuru. He even names the Lizardmen king, evolving him into a dragonute. Gabiru, stripped of honor, is exiled but receives his father's trident and loyal followers. Meanwhile, demon lords are watching. Construction begins, cities rise quickly, and infrastructure develops fast. Soon, King Gazelle Dwargo arrives to test Rimuru's strength. After a quick duel, he acknowledges Rimuru's growth and proposes an alliance. Rimuru accepts, and the episode ends with the foundation of a true nation.